It's Teresia here, co-founder of the Erickson Business Center, creator and facilitator of the Passion to Profit program, and I am excited today. I have the opportunity to interview Marilyn Atkinson, founder and president of Erickson International. And the reason I asked Marilyn for this interview, there's a few, so I just want to share that up front. One, Train the Trainer workshop is coming up, program is coming up in September. I took that about 4 years ago and it totally transformed my relationship with speaking. I feel speaking is a great way to build a successful coaching business or have it be part of your business. And Marilyn is one of the best trainers in the world and has so many years of experience. How many years of experience as a trainer?
About 30.
30 years, and she's put together the program Train the Trainer. So I wanted the opportunity to pick her brain and share this wisdom and these gems with you today, and hopefully you will leave inspired to add speaking to your life as a coach in some way.
Thank you, Teresia.
Oh,
wow.
Well, I'm really excited, and it's sort of a selfish thing also, because just to have the opportunity to pick your brain. And you know, in NLP we learn why reinvent the wheel, model somebody who's a master at something, and we are very lucky to have Marilyn here to become aware of what we can model to be a great speaker.
Thank you.
So my first question, Marilyn, if you know, with your 30 years of experience, training all these years, putting together the Train the Trainer program and facilitating that over the years, what would you say, maybe we'll start, what's the two biggest things that makes a difference for someone to become an impactful speaker?
The two biggest things. Well, that's interesting. That requires prioritizing.
Yeah, because I'm sure you have a whole list.
Oh, wow. Well, there are a couple that immediately come up as I ask for them. And one is that great trainers, really strong trainers, love their audience. Now, what does that mean? They genuinely throw all the details of how and what and where and why and who and why not and the various things that are part of what they want to talk about. They take them aside and they look at the people they're with and say, hey, we're going to go somewhere together. We're going to have a little fun here today. And we're going to actually accomplish what you came here to accomplish. And they do this with an ability to listen that goes way beyond their topic.
I love what you said. You know, and it makes me think that when we think about loving our audience, then it becomes about them and not us. And that's one thing that transformed for me doing the Train the Trainer. I made it more about my audience and what I wanted to offer. How many of you can relate? I spent weekends putting my speeches together and being nervous, and my life would stop for a month. If I had a talk coming up, you know, in a month, my life would stop. Like, no, I can't make these plans, I gotta prepare, and I was stressed to talk.
Wow.
After the Train the Trainer, I'll talk anywhere and with anyone and enjoy the process. So I think that really loving your audience, and it just brings up another point, Marilyn, because I'd like to link it to when they're looking at building a business. One thing, and we're going to talk about this a little later, getting really clear of who your ideal client is. And, you know, why do you want to work with them? How do you want to change their life? You know, what are you standing for them? And then if your talk is around that, you're really stepping into being connected,
right,
and being in love with your audience.
Well, there's two parts to the Train the Trainer program. It's called Powerful Presentations and Standing in Contribution. Now, the first part, the first half, is all about just simply throwing away all those old doubts about yourself, relaxing with people, really relaxing, just starting to let the the butterflies fly in formation, and focusing on what you really want to say. Now, it becomes easy by the fourth day. And people say, come on, give me a break on that kind of noise. It does. It does. People throw away the old fear states, because they're thinking in a whole different way as they talk. And that's why, by the way, we're in 36 countries. Now, the second thing, the second part of the course is about actually designing courses. So the last 4 days, Standing and Contribution, is about course design. And there is where it's really, really useful for coaches. The whole course is designed to be a course for trainers who are also functional coaches. So even as you train, you're coaching, which is a wonderful skill set to build if you're going to be doing team facilitation and other skills like that. So the second half, suppose you are creating a niche where it works for you to do a once a month talk of some kind to potential people who might be your coachees. And there's lots of ways to design those kind of niches, flag them on the internet, get a group of people together for your once a month presentation, and just do it. And do it well in a couple of hours, be masterful, give them a real experience of who you are and why you're there. And you get customers, you get clients. They know you're an expert, they know you're confident, they know you know your stuff.
Because Marilyn brings up a great point. As a coach in business, you can have being a speaker or a trainer as another service or profit center. And you can also go out and speak to attract clients. And that was a way that I did it. I built my business mainly from going out and speaking and offering a complimentary coaching session, and people would have that session and decide or not decide to hire me as a coach. Marilyn, there's one thing you said a little earlier. You said after the 4 days you think differently. So I'm curious about how, when we are in a masterful state of being a great speaker, how are we thinking differently?
Oh, well, you've got me talking with that one.
And do I have permission to jump in at different points?
Well, let's put it this way. A whole bunch of you have been in some of the courses I've taught. And you know that a lot of the work we do in Erickson, our coaching work, is about the brain and how people really think well when they're on a visionary quest with a purpose in mind, a goal that's important, some way of connecting well with others, and an ability to ask open-ended questions and focus on the unfolding dialogue between them and someone else. Well, that's the heart of the trainer's training, right there. So as we work with how the brain really works, magic happens with us and our audience. As we understand how people listen, how they begin to create meaning, how they develop a sensory base to what they're doing, how they also validate if this is relevant for them, if this is useful for them, they move into a different state with you. Now, how do you do that? There's a whole lot of ways that we assist you to just use your attention effectively as a trainer. In other words, we've only got a certain amount of tension with a focused mind. That intuitive mind is huge, but as we pay attention with a focused mind, we need to notice what's important and assist the people in the audience to focus on that.